Hi everyone, Patrick Meninga here, spiritualriver.com. I want to talk to you today about Topamax and how Topamax can be used to treat alcoholism. So one of the advantages of Topamax, it's one of several medications that can be used to help with alcoholism, is that Topamax can be taken while you're still drinking alcohol on a regular basis. So most medications for alcoholism or addiction don't work that way. Most of them you have to stop and be completely abstinent before that drug can help you to maintain abstinence. But Topamax is unique in that you can start taking it before you even stop drinking. There are some side effects with it, and mostly that's sedation. So a lot of people who take Topamax, they end up getting too high of a dose, and it kind of sedates them, and it slows down their thinking. And it's very annoying the way it slows down your thinking. So to avoid that, you kind of have to ramp up your dosage very carefully. And obviously, you're going to want to do that under the supervision of a doctor. The effectiveness of Topamax is a bit mixed, and there haven't been a lot of studies. There haven't been a lot of long-term studies that show a great deal of data about the effectiveness of Topamax. There's been some studies, and they've shown some effectiveness, but it's very mixed. And so before we can make a definitive answer about Topamax, we need more long-term studies, and we need more of them to be able to have reliable data when it comes to showing the effectiveness of the medication. Obviously, with any kind of medication to help treat an addiction, you're going to want to supplement that medication with standard treatment, meaning for most people, the 12-step program or a religious-based program. And this is a really important point that most addicts and alcoholics miss out on, at least when they're very early in the recovery process and they just want something to fix their addiction. And so they're hoping that this medication or that medication that promises to help with addiction, they're hoping that it will cure them. And they might not say that, they might not put it into those terms, but pretty much everybody who falls into this trap has the same sort of thinking, that they secretly hope the medication will work really well for them and it will effectively be a cure for them. And this is not realistic. There are no medications currently that come close to curing alcoholism. All of them that claim to help with addiction also need a support program in place so that the medication will work more effectively. So there are studies, and they can show that the medication does make a difference, but that's a far cry from the medication being a complete cure, where you don't have to pick up a big book, you don't have to go to an AA meeting, you don't have to go to treatment, you don't have to do anything else other than take this one medication and it'll solve all your addiction problems. That's not realistic. That's not the world we're in right now. We don't have medications that work that well for addiction yet. Maybe someday we will, but at this point, the medications that we have to treat addiction are supplemental. They work in conjunction with the recovery program. So it's important to remember that. If you're interested in checking out Topamax, talk to your doctor about it, and just know that you're going to have to work really hard on your own personal program of recovery in addition to taking that medication.